Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch, and welcome to another Sunday roast. Perhaps it's not a full carvery buffet today, more like a chicken leg and a couple of roast vegetables, but it's still definitely a roast. And I don't normally do this to micro brands either, but I feel like this one thoroughly deserves it. The watch on my wrist, I just bought it. It's an Autodromo Group C. It's a motorsport themed digital watch. I mean, if that doesn't have my name written all over it, then I just don't know what does. But the company is asking 685 Australian dollars for one of these things. I bought this one, the one on my wrist, lightly used, for a lot less than that. And even then, I'm not sure if I got a good deal. Let's flip the camera, have a look at it, and also have a look at what I think you should buy instead of it. Alright, let's get stuck into this one then. I say again, 685 Australian dollars is the RRP for one of these. In the brand's defense, that does include shipping and taxes. 399 US dollars, again, including shipping and taxes. And there's some nice packaging here, but I just don't see 400 US, nearly 700 Aussie in the watch at all. As I said though, I didn't pay that for it. I spotted this one for sale by a guy I know on one of the Aussie Facebook groups. He was asking 400. He then dropped the price to 380. I sent him a DM and said, hey mate, any chance you can do it for 200 plus postage? Because I want to roast it. He agreed, and here we are. Have fun roasting the watch, Tom. Thank you for being such a good sport, Tom. Hey, nice instruction manual, although when you see just how simple this module is, it doesn't quite justify one of that thickness. I do like this. It looks like one of those kind of Oz wheels, Group C racing wheel from the kind of 80s and 90s. But like I said, the watch, I just don't see where they're getting that price tag from at all with this one. Now, this type of watch, a premium LCD digital watch, is, or perhaps that should actually be, was a bit of a rarity in the market. Look, Casio and Timex especially make dozens and dozens, if not hundreds and hundreds, of really affordable digital watches in this kind of form factor size case, but not with a nice, and it is rather nice, brushed metal coated case and sapphire crystal covering the dial. However, there is an ever-expanding mod scene to take those aforementioned Casio watches, cheap Casio watches, and fit exactly this type of case to it. I'm going to show you a couple of those later on that I think are far more compelling and far cheaper than this Autodromo. This one's a slightly funny looking thing as well. I guess they're going for that pseudo driver's style watch where you wear the watch on your wrist and it's at a funny angle, even though this one isn't a funny angle. It's just offset to the right with the brand logo on the left side of the fascia plate there. Now, it's not a complex module, this one, at all. It's not a Casio module from what I can tell. It doesn't operate like a Casio module does. We do have an electroluminescent backlight in an attractive shade of blue on the top right hand button. The main screen shows you the time, including ticking seconds, the day of the week, the month of the year, and the date of the month. Bottom left here is mode. Now, first one, stopwatch. You're expecting, or at least I would be expecting, this to be the start and stop, but it's not. This is the start and stop. So if the watch is on your wrist, you're kind of creeping your hand, I'll show you, you're creeping your hand all the way back over the top to actually engage the button. Now, it does have a lap timing function. You can press this bottom right hand button to do laps. You can start, you can stop, and then you can stop and you can cycle through those laps until you eventually reset back to zero. But that's it. That's your chronograph. That's your stopwatch function. Press mode one more time and it's a single alarm. You can do an hourly chime and turn the alarm on and off here as well. Press mode one more time and you're into that set mode. Again, it's pretty easy to set. That's it. No countdown timer, no world time. You have a single alarm, a stopwatch, and a backlight. It does not get any more basic than that. Now, the brand does spin that a bit on their website. Hey, it's got everything you need and nothing you don't need, but For $685, it doesn't have everything that I would want. Let's do the dimensions then. 36mm across the middle, bang on 10mm thick with a lug tip to lug tip of 42mm, 20mm between the lugs, so you can in theory swap this out for anything you like. As supplied on the stock rubber strap, it weighs 73 grams. 30 meters of water resistance. Again, I would want more, especially at the price. Sapphire crystal, they claim anti-reflective undercoating, although I'm not sure how much of it or how effective it is, and it's an unspecified digital module in the back. Now, as I just paid $200 for this, I'm going to bloody well take the back off it, but no clues there, unfortunately. No brand identity or markings of any description, just what looks like a large CR2032 made in Japan battery. No case back seals either, though, perhaps one of the reasons why it's only got 30 meters of water resistance. Nice case back though, again that Group C car silhouette features the brand logo, an explanation of what the 4 buttons do, a la Casio and Timex, and a few specs, although I wouldn't be bragging about the 3 ATM of water resistance. Case is nicely finished, looks like there's a fine brush on it before the top coat. Perhaps this isn't the most interesting of the colour versions either, the black with green, but it is a kind of nice, very retro neon style green, and you can see a chamfer to the edges of that sapphire crystal. Maybe they've used a little bit of gold tone in their anti-reflective undercoating, and that is what is being reflected by my camera when I move the watch around. The brand claims the rubber strap is reversible, and I guess in theory you could use either side if you want to. There's a bit of Autodromo branding on both ends. You will need to swap the hardware yourself. You lose the silhouette of the car if you go for the stripy side. The stripy side also is stripy for a reason, the reason being to dissipate sweat from the back of your hands. So it is in theory reversible, but I would probably just leave it on this one. Nice matching hardware, coated like the case. And it's a fairly inoffensive little thing on wrist as well. You know I love these digital watches. I've got plenty of them in and around this size as well, so I'm well used to looking down on my wrist and seeing something just like this. One point though is that buckle doesn't sit flat. Even when you have it in a looser hole, because this is rubber, because the rubber is quite taut, it always seems to flip the end back out. So yeah, perhaps not the best design there either. And it's by no means the biggest digital display that you can get on a 36mm watch of this nature. In fact, it's one of the smallest. It's got an F91 size display on a watch considerably bigger than a Casio F91. But really, all of that is immaterial. I just cannot recommend this one at the retail price. I'm struggling to even recommend it to you at the price I paid. If you want a fun and funky digital watch, buy a Casio F91 for goodness sakes. Buy an A158, buy an A168, buy a Far and Swit mixtape for $35 US. So much more entertaining than the Autodromo for less than 10% of the price. Or either buy a kit that modifies a Casio or modify your own Casio. SKX Mods will sell you a modified Casio LF20 with sapphire crystal, a metal case, metal pushers, a metal case back, and 100 meters of water resistance for less than half the price of the Autodromo. Or if you want something a bit more substantial, they will sell you a fully built, fully modded Casio AE1200, again for about half of the price of the Autodromo. Or if you have an LF20 or an AE1200 or a number of other Casios in the house already, you can buy one of these basic kits with a new case and case back and pushers in sapphire crystal for around $100 US. So in isolation, the Autodromo doesn't really have a lot to recommend it, but when you stick these two into the mix, it doesn't have anything to recommend it. So there you have it. Not an awful watch, but not a good watch, especially in current company, and bloody hell, I would be devastated had I paid full noise for one of these. Sorry, Tom. Plus, with those SKX Mod kits offering a much better product based on a Casio for about half of the price of one of these, it is an absolute no-brainer, I'm afraid. Well done for making it all the way to the end. While you're here, you really should check out a couple of those SKX Mod Casio videos over there. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one.